Welcome. Today we'll be talking about why was the partition of Bengal reversed in 1911. I've already made a video on the Bengal being partitioned in the year 1905, in which I clearly explained the reasons which led to the partitioning of Bengal, and it was a decision that was welcomed by the Muslims and unwelcomed by the Hindus. You have to keep that in your mind. Now this question usually comes as a 7-mark question, that is, why was the Bengal partition reversed? Now, how are you to write a 7-mark question? I will be discussing that as well in this video, so keep watching. Now, let's talk about the reasons for the annulment of the partition. Okay, what happened actually is the annulment of the partition took place on 12th of December 1911. The date is important. The announcement was made by King George V, who was visiting India at that time, and this took place at a place which is called as Delhi Darbar. Now, this whole incident took place when Lord Hardinge was the Viceroy of India. So, this piece of information is also important. It can be asked as a 1-mark question. So, remember that. Now, the British had to give some sort of a reason to the rest of the world. Why were they, annulling the partition when they were the ones who had come up with it? So, they said that it was part of their policy. And, just to, give an impression that it was part of their policy, they shifted the capital from Calcutta to Delhi. Now let's move on to the reasons for the annulment of the partition. What were the reasons? There was the fierce opposition coming from Bengali Hindus, Bengali businessmen who were against this partition of Bengal. They were the ones who were the leaders or the leading businessmen of Bengal, and amassing all the wealth in the capital that Bengal was providing. So they were the ones who were hurt the most, and there was a strong opposition that came from them, and this opposition was in the form of riots, it was in the form of protests, it was in the form of petitions which they wrote and then they sent to the government, and they also made 2 assassination attempts on Lord Minto. Then they launched a Swadeshi movement. This movement is extremely important, and without this writing this movement, this answer would be incomplete. It also gets asked as a separate question, so you have to remember this really well. What was the Swadeshi movement? It was complete boycott of all the British goods, and the British cotton was also or the cloth was burnt on streets and bonfires. Now this was the greatest setback which the British had faced after partitioning of Bengal, because they had come to India for economical gains, and when they were not getting their interests fulfilled, this was what hurt them the most, and then they were forced to reconsider their decision of partitioning of Bengal, and then they finally annulled the partition. Then they also the Bengali Hindus also launched a series of strikes. Okay, so all of these reasons resulted in the annulment of the partition of Bengal. Now this usually comes as a 7-mark question. So what are you supposed to do for a 7-mark question? My recommendation is, please divide your answer into 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you can briefly mention that the partition of Bengal had taken place in 1905, and the British had partitioned it for administrative reasons, and now they were reversing the partition in the year 1911. Write the dates, write the names, that adds authenticity to your answer. Then the reasons can be written down in 2 paragraphs, and after that you can conclude in the 3rd paragraph itself. You can simply conclude your answer. And now the partition of Bengal is a very important event that took place in history. Why? Because it resulted in the creation of an organization which we remember by the name of Muslim League, All India Muslim League. All India Muslim League was created because the Muslims had felt that they needed an organization to support their views, to support their aspirations, and to convey their aims and objectives to the government of India. So this was one reason that resulted in the creation of Muslim League. I hope this question has been cleared. That is, why was Bengal partitioned? Why was Bengal's partition reversed in 1911? 7-mark question. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, press the like button, and share it with your friends. And till my next video, it's me, Nida Umar, signing off. Bye bye.